blah, blah.
That does explain
apnea,
the
apnea.
insanity, yes.
If I take a little bit of a nappy time, little nappy, okay? Now, I'm not talking diapers for you UK listeners out there. A nappy is a diaper in the
John
UK.
Wilson.
Hello, John. Oh, my God. I'm worried about that. Anyway, so if I take a little bit of a nap, it definitely gives me a little refresh.
Yes, but okay, Miggy, you're talking about a 30-minute nap time. What Mayor Joan is talking about is a 3-hour siesta.
Oh, I mean,
She's
come
a
on,
goer. She's a goer.
It only took freaking Gilligan and the professor and all them to hit 3 hours to get to that island.
Now, let me ask you
never
something.
know what you can do in 3 hours.
Is
Doc,
it possi-
I do want some of that there,
Is
David.
it possible there's not as much
David?
labor in the city that they
David?
want, and they're figuring by slowing it down, we'll keep everybody employed a little bit longer than we want to? Because it will.
But again, I do have to wonder, okay, if you get the 3-hour nap time, are they getting off work at 8 o'clock at night? Because are you tacking on the 3 hours, so they're working reduced schedules?
Yeah, they're working 7-hour or 6-hour days or something.
Well, no,
like
if you're cutting out 3 hours, you're working 5-hour days.
But normally your 8-hour day is a 9-hour day.
Yeah, but their days might not just end at 5 o'clock. They might.
Well,
push it
that's
to
what I'm
7.
asking.
Yeah.
Are they pushing it forward?
Honestly, what I believe, and truly what I believe in this, is that what they're trying to do is extend some work periods to keep more people working and keep everybody happy, getting a paycheck kind of thing. Because otherwise, I mean, when a country is just booming like America did through many years, and we're not there anymore, but when we were booming, and if you go to Alaska, you keep everybody working 24 hours a day when money's there to be working, dude. Now, that's obviously what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not a communist.
I just shit my pants.
No, we heard it, dude. Oh my God, dude. Oh my.
No,
I
Mayor,
just shit my
Mayor
pants.
Joan is banging somebody. That's all it is.
God bless you, sir, Miguel.
Wow.
All right, well, guys, we're going to get the show back under control. We're going to jump to a quick commercial break.
Yeah, we need one.
Craniacs, when we get back, a lot to get into this next segment. I don't know if you guys that are listening to the show got to hear Bryan Cranston take a kid to school in a Comic-Con interview. Donovan McNabb in a DUI situation that's quite freaking hilarious. A Chinese guy got plastic surgery to look like Little Kim, and a smartphone app for consensual sex when we get back. All you Craniacs, we're going to a quick commercial. Stay with us.
Wow. Commercial. Wait, are we doing a commercial break? Oh, my God.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Herschel Cohen. When I moved from the old country to New York and finally to Tampa Bay, it became harder and harder for me to find authentic kosher sandwiches. Finally, I created what I believe is the perfect union between meat and bread. But I realized it was missing something. With the help of my Gentile brother-in-law, Seamus O'Malley, I understood a great brew was the ideal accompaniment to my kosher delight. That's why we created Hebrews. Here, we have the chutzpah to create the glory of America's past in a great meal with a great beer. At Hebrews, we bring together bagels and lox and beers and shamrocks. Oh, the ultimate mix between two separate cultures in one set of taste buds. Along with Seamus's tremendous zeal in a 12-step program, we're able to merge our Judeo-Christian palates. Don't dine where prices make you say, oy vey. Eat at Hebrews, where your wallet will say, okay. Oh.
Tough economy got you down? Are your money problems causing you marital issues? Unable to hide money spent at today's gentleman's club? Well, you don't have to be a gentleman to come to Gyrations. Gyrations dancers work on a barter system. We only hire single mothers whose homes are in utter disrepair. So if you're blue collar and you have a viable skill, labor leads to lap dances and maybe more at Gyrations.
My plumbing is all fouled up, and I need somebody to work my posthole diggers.
Do you want VIP treatment without sacrificing your kid's education? Well, don't take your tool belt off. Work yourself a deal at Gyrations.
Models are all over the age of 18 except where identification is not present.
Yeah, this is Rob Ford, greatest mayor ever to come out of Toronto for Creating Militia Show from what's that place? Biggie, what's that place?
The Lion's Den.
For the Lion's Den. Yeah, they're badass.
Welcome back to the Crane Mission Show, folks. A lot of chaos here. Second half of the program here live from ESB Brewing. Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, the Reverend Joey T, Jesus Julio, all hanging out, the fearsome foursome here at ESB Brewing in Tampa, Florida. Something else is brewing by the look of Miggy raising his leg. 333 North Falkenberg Road, Sweet D.
Ooh, Sweet D.
407. You want to be a part of the show, you can do so. You can call in 813-438-6068.
Love how you say that.
Miggy, I got a confession.
You get an erection?
Well, I'm starting to get a little drunk.
Are you? Can I have that? Let me see the camera up there.
Yeah.
Well, whoever's watching, I don't know. It might be
Are
just
you on Periscope?
John Wilson's ass is still freaking up.
He's still up. Oh, by the way, you know what? Hey, John, thank you, buddy, for your help with trying to get the computer situation straightened out when we were having technical issues. We love you for it. Look forward. By the way, John Wilson, we got to give him a plug. We'll be here next week. We're going to have him.
John Wilson.
Going to have him on the show, hanging out with us. And Miggy, tell the fans where they can find John's program.
Go on. You know what's crazy? The unfortunate circumstance is John Wilson deleted all of his shows.
But he's still doing new shows.
He will be. He just did a show with Jimmy Poodle. You know Jimmy Poodle, the Jimmy Poodle, crazy ass bastard.
The great Jimmy Poodle.
Yeah, the great Jimmy Poodle. So he just did a show with Jimmy. Jimmy has his own show, Jimmy Poodle on Spreaker. Check that out. I don't exactly know how that'll work out, but check it out anyway.
But where do they find John?
Find John on John _ comic on Twitter. John Wilson on. Wow, I just totally short circuited.
Wow.
John Wilson on Spreaker.
You okay?
Way to promote your good buddy.
I love the guy.
Going to be here next week. By the way, he's going to be hanging out here, staying with Miggy. He's going to be doing some comedy down at the Improv in Ybor City. This is going to be a good time.
We're gonna go on the Double Special Show, and you'll find that on the doublespecialshow.com. No, I'm good on that.
I'll take one of those. Is that Tums?
Yes,
oh,
Tums.
God bless you.
Absolutely, my friend.
Okay. All right, you guys dig into these next stories. I'm going to have to pull up something because the Bryan Cranston sample, again, will not load. So I'm gonna dig it up.
Okay, well, you do that. But real quick, I'm just chewing on Tums here. But, yeah, Caleb Crispy, by the way, our good buddy, that's part of the show, too. He's out of town.
Yeah, have fun in your sweat tent, dude, right? He's like in a sweat tent kind of thing, right?
He's doing the whole Tony Robbins.
Right, but usually they have like, I don't.
They have a sweat tent?
Well, maybe he's not in Arizona.
Is he a convict at Sheriff Joe Arpaio's? Is that what you were thinking of, too?
No, I wasn't. But there's actually a lot of times when they go to these, like, and they're more extreme type, corporate type things, you will go and you'll spend a good moment in a teepee.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't heard of this thing?
Sounds like a cult.
Yeah, it kind of is, man. I mean, but isn't the other shit
Isn't
kind
corporate
of like a cult?
America
I mean,
kind of a cult? Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is kind of a cult. You know,
Yeah.
you just believe, and if you're popular, you'll be popular. But I mean, yeah, they go and they sit in these things and they sweat their stuff out, and they're like, oh, I feel more relaxed because they don't have to spend like 20 minutes on the phone that day.
Well, while we're talking about, whoa.
Sorry about that. That was
while we're talking
Yeah.
about sheep, while we're talking about thinking a certain way, if you will, just a collective thought and where it goes. New York is passing a law. They actually passed this law. You have to forgive me. Like I said, the booze is starting to kick in here. It's rare with this
It's been a
show.
while. Yeah.
You've seen me in the past. I go off the reservation at times if I get
Oh,
too drunk.
Ben, you forgot entire shows before.
After being 2 hours late, it's kind of kicking in a little bit here. Bear with me.
Right.
But
You're doing a good job.
But a New York law has been passed that says that college kids must ask permission before every move they make while hooking up.
While hooking up with a chick?
While hooking up with a chick, or if you're gay or lesbian or whatever. But
Dude, you mean like while hooking up, while getting laid,
Well, hear me out.
while having sex or trying to do of such?
Yeah, hear me out. A bill signed into law requires both parties to obtain consent for sex, and each caress, kiss, etc., has to be agreed upon. It's at the heart of it. It's a simple concept. Instead of no means no, it's yes means yes.
Okay,
and this is
to the heart of the man.
exactly
Can I say something about this?
forgiveness.
Do you mind? Can I have like one moment?
Of course.
I would still be a virgin.
Even if you didn't love me anymore.
And I don't mean it like that, but I mean, I was kind of nervous the first couple times, man. I wasn't like the biggest stud dude in the world, and I didn't have time to be like, I just kind of like tried to kiss a girl. But I should have asked her first. I mean, you know what I always felt to be like the. Wait.
Start out. Wait. Sancho, stop the music.
Please stop.
No.
You're making this out to be as a bad story. It's a good story. It worked well for me.
I'm going to have him play it again, but you didn't start out with Anytime the Hulk music's played, you got to be sad, and you start out with
I think I have other music.
Try it again. I remember the first time, and I believe that everybody can actually feel this way about it. Anybody that's ever been with somebody that for the first time, anybody, especially young, not so much older, but it extends to us older people. The first time you ever put your hand between a woman's legs, not always down to the prize, not to the vagina, but just on her knees, you will know within 2 seconds whether she spreads her legs or closes them very quickly, whether you have a chance to have sex with this lady. And I think this has been a common knowledge for almost 4,000 years. I think the Egyptians knew about it. I think the Greeks knew about it. And there's no doubt about it in my mind. When you go close to a woman's vagina and she denies you by closing her legs, just deal with it.
As the French would say,
that's a no.
Sometimes she just spreads your legs and
But-
they let you in.
But when your hand goes close and those legs spread apart, that's a welcoming invitation. That's like a welcome mat around the world, man. That's like a universal welcome mat.
Well, okay, stop the music. Enough of the music.
Let's get sexy music.
That was really deep, though. But enough of the music. Not, as deep as you get once she spreads her legs.
Oh, shoot.
Your hand is permitted. But,
right.
Okay, and in response, maybe not necessarily in response to this actual law, but just all this talk that's been going on for a while now with the whole no means no, yes means yes, there's now an app on your phone that you can download called We Consent. Okay, it actually records 20-second clips.
I'm on there.
Naming... Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me explain to the listeners, before you get into what you use it for, let me explain to the listeners.
What?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We Consent allows you to record 20-second clips naming who you're about to have sex with. The app only works if the camera detects human faces and if both people involved are clearly heard saying yes. So basically, you use this app to say, hey,
To
yes.
get out of a legal mind.
Miggy, go ahead and pee. You're good to go, buddy. Go pee. Miggy's got a full bladder. So, Jesus, can you hear? Are you back on the?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I left my beer outside.
So you were saying you're on the We Consent app?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been on there. I was like one of the originals, Godfather.
So you're using this thing to some success here? You're making sure you get permission from the ladies on the We Consent app?
I don't need permission.
No?
It's all about the profile.
Yeah, but why are you using the We Consent app if you don't need permission? You gotta get them to say yes on it, so you're not implicated in the future.
I know, but you still gotta have some bait out there.
Are you following?
Are you talking about flounder fishing or picking up chicks?
It sounds like you're talking about Tinder and not We Consent.
Where are we at?
Are you confusing your apps? Or are you talking about it's not a dating app?
I know it's not a dating app, but the thing that you're not realizing is even though it's We Consent and it's all about we're gonna bang whoever we want to do.
No, just these two people are going to bang. It's what
this
about.
is to cover
It's
your
literally
ass.
a way to have a girl sign off on banging you before you bang her. So if she wakes up in the morning and is like, I feel like I've been molested, you're like, nah, I got to sign off, baby.
Yeah.
I work as a service tech manager, and I make my service techs always get a sign off for customers. So when they come back and say, hey, didn't finish the job, I'm like, yo, you signed it, baby.
Yeah. If they say,
I got you.
Are you following along now?
Yeah.
Are you that drunk, really?
I am that drunk.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
No,
Relax, man.
This
It's
is
not
an
a big deal.
app. This is an app
Hold
where...
on. Okay.
This is an app where you
You
get the
fart?
person...
Did you fart?
This is an app where you get the person to say, yes, I want to hook up, so that you're not implicated later if they try to turn around and say that
All
you...
apps
Yeah,
are
you
like
told
that.
me I
All
could
apps
get
are
my
like that,
fuck on.
though. They all do that.
Whoa.
Hey, Sancho, come on, brother.
I have the app on my phone.
I know you do. You got an Apple on your phone. You got all kinds of things on your phone. Be
I've
careful.
seen the other say she's gonna fuck me.
Whoa.
Sorry.
There's kids listening.
Why?
Man.
You are making this an explicit show, right, Sancho?
Stop, my friend, man. I mean,
Explicit.
yeah.
I mean, when Sancho says stuff like that, he just wants to drop the mic and walk away.
I'm
But
drinking a lot. It's late.
but no one had a drop the mic moment more than Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston, the actor from Breaking Bad, What was the character he played, Servia?
Walter White.
Walter White, thank you.